When you guys cry out, we listen. And today, we're going to show you again how we have been listening when we are bringing to you this new series that we are bringing, the Afronomic series, where we profile the economic policies of the people who are actually leading from the front, the presidents and the prime ministers who are leading our countries in Africa. Today, of course, we're going to start with the economic policies of one of Africa's most admired leaders, President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa. We're going to start with President Ramaphosa's rule number 1. No matter how successful you are, keep learning from others.
We as South Africans have found that much as we are a larger economy, much more developed economy on the African continent, there is a lot that we are learning from what Rwanda is doing extremely well. And I was very quick to tell President Kagame yesterday that what Rwanda has done on the ICT field of wrapping the whole country with a fiber optic cable and making internet free is something that we congratulate them on, we aspire to be, and we really want to learn lessons from them, from turning Kigali into an innovation center. So we're learning.
Rule number 2, the youths should be at the center of the economic policies of any government.
We are a young world where more than half the global population is under the age of 30 years. This is even more pronounced on our continent, Africa, where 2/3 of its people were not yet born when Nelson Mandela was released from 27 years of prison. We are living in the age of youth. This places a responsibility on us as leaders not only to put the interests of young people at the center of our efforts, but also to empower women and young people to be more prominent in directing the course of global affairs. It is young people who are fighting the wars that we started. It is women who are bearing the brunt and hardships of the wars that continue to destroy their lives and their families.
Rule number 3, free trade will benefit all Africans.
The coming together of a market of 1.2 billion people is a huge opportunity for any business person or any business, small or large. It opens up great possibilities also for manufacturing, because it is a trade agreement that is going to enhance and enable products and services to be traded throughout the continent. Hitherto, we've tended to trade with other countries outside the continent. So this is an enabler that's going to make us trade within the continent, with each other, but it will also help small, medium, and large companies to start off businesses where they manufacture goods that are in great demand on the continent. So I see it in the end leading to the creation of manufacturing nodes on the continent. Industrialization will start spreading throughout the continent.
Rule number 4, support local businesses and buy local.
We have undertaken an intensive campaign to massively expand local procurement. A number of you are probably business people, and it is in the local procurement where we are saying we want locally made goods, that you will find space, you will find opportunities to progress. It is not only Saudi at the SABC who is talking about local this, local that. We are also talking about local made goods. Initiatives like Local Procurement Accord provide a platform for social partners. I see you love Saudi's movies, I can see that. Government departments and state-owned enterprises are implementing the Buy Local campaign for specific designated goods. The other program that is a major one, in which we're pumping a lot of money, is the Black Industrialist program, which is being introduced to unlock the potential of black entrepreneurs and contribute to the reindustrialization of our economy. We have significantly expanded our focus also on small and medium enterprises. We are working to improve financial and other support to broaden access to market opportunities and to remove the regulatory obstacle to their growth and sustainability.
Rule number 5, seek independent voices and independent counselors to help drive along your economic agenda.
We are dedicating effort and resources to investment promotion and facilitation, and we've done so to facilitate investment by appointing 4 prominent investment envoys, and some of them are here with us at Davos to continue helping our country, the government, to mobilize investments. And we're quite happy that some of you can meet them if you so wish. They've also been engaging investors on the concerns that investors have raised. And let's admit it, a number of investors have raised some concerns, but they've also raised their expectations, and which are being addressed in a number of ways. And one of those is how best we can make South Africa much more conducive for investment. The engagement that our investment envoys have been having with various investors has been very positive, which proves the point that having appointed them, they are able almost independently to engage with investors and give them the necessary assurances and also address their concerns.
Rule number 6, embrace technology and leapfrog.
The young people have been ready, a lot ready earlier than we can ever imagine. And in fact, you could say that we have been failing the young people of the African continent because we much older, and they blame us for that. And they say we move too slowly, and we haven't opened up the broadband, the spectrum, and they had expected us to have done so. And in a number of countries, data prices are just too expensive, like in my own country in South Africa. And they're putting pressure on government to say, reduce the data prices, because they live in the internet. They live in the technological world. So the barriers has been governments that have been moving too slowly and that have not quickly and fully embraced this new, bright and brave world that young people live in today. And so therefore, we've got to be ahead of the curve. We've got to embrace it. And you mentioned something quite relevant. You know, governments have been also too slow to move to e-government. We talk about it all the time, but we don't do it. And the pressure that we are now facing from young people, and indeed from the exigencies of the now digital and technical world, require that we should actually not only embrace, but we should leapfrog.
Of course, just a reminder before we get to the next rule, if you have another African leader whose economic policies you want us to profile next, be sure to leave it in the comments below, and we'll definitely profile them next in this series. Rule number 7, the inclusion of women should be a priority for all governments.
We must intensify our efforts to empower women and girls. It is the right of women and girls to be full and equal participants in the workplace, in political life and decision-making, in the economy, in obtaining an education, and in society as a whole. South Africa is proud to be a member of the UN's Generation Equality Campaign and has prioritized the eradication of gender-based violence and femicide. At a continental level, we are working to finalize and adopt an AU Convention on Violence Against Women during the course of this year. AU member states are engaging on measures to promote financial inclusion, preferential procurement, and preferential trade agreements for women.
Rule number 8, an independent judiciary is necessary for the people to trust in their government.
What is pleasing is that we've got not only an independent judiciary, but we've got what I call a headstrong judiciary. A judiciary that will not cow down to being intimidated, a judiciary that has fierce commitment to the rule of law, which will not allow any task they've been given to collapse in their hands. The Zondo Commission, much as various machinations are underway to either seek to undermine it, to release information in an improper manner, is not going to allow that commission to collapse, nor will we, as the government, allow that commission to collapse. That commission is very important in the life of South Africa because it is executing a very important and historical task of getting South Africa to go to the bottom of what really happened with state capture. And it may well be a cathartic moment for South Africa, but it is also a moment of truth. And we also want it to be a moment of redemption. So we see the commission, the Zondo Commission, as being a moment of truth for us as South Africans, but also it must be a moment of redemption so that we put right what went wrong in the past and never, ever, ever again have the spate of corruption that is being revealed through the Zondo Commission. And our judges are very strong. We had another commission into SARS, which other people also wanted to collapse, with a whole range of challenges, court-wise and demonstration-wise. And the judge, former Judge Nugent, was very firm. He was very, very committed to executing and finalizing his task. So I do not expect the commissions that we've put in place to be intimidated, to be cowed down with all these attacks and things that are happening. We want those commissions to finish their work and to produce the result that the people of South Africa expect.
In rule number 9, President Ramaphosa says the government should provide direct support to key sectors of the economy.
While it is essential that government creates a conducive environment for business, there is much that government can and is doing to provide direct support to key sectors. And this is the exciting part of this discussion or this equation. And I keep going to that conversation because I was not part of it. Because quite often when we talk about economic growth, we tend to look at one sector, one of the key stakeholders, and we say business. Business must grow the economy, they must create the jobs. The little conversation that I overheard at that table was government must play a key role in promoting the growth sectors of our economy. So government sitting at that table, both at provincial and at the metro level, sees its role, a changed role, a role of being the engine of instigating the growth of our economy.
Rule number 10, learn the art of coordination in order to succeed in big projects.
That coordination, particularly when it comes to infrastructure projects at the Presidential Infrastructure Coordinating Commission has yielded a great deal of benefits. Yes, indeed, it has. What it has enabled us to do is to have greater focus on all our infrastructure projects, from wall to wall, countrywide. We, in one place, On a dashboard, we know the projects that are underway, how they are funded, how they should be funded, who funds them. Is it the municipality? Is it the central government? Or is it the department concerned? So that is a huge benefit, and we recommend that type of process and approach to all and sundry who would want to embark on huge projects. Whether they are huge, medium, or big ticket projects, it's important that there should be coordination. And other than, as you said, other than the independent power producer projects, what else can we showcase? We can showcase a lot of things. A lot of things. I can quote a whole number. You'll have to have time to sit here with us this whole afternoon. We know, for instance, in the past when we have built dams, and this has become possible through our knowledge, through the coordinating process and secretariat, that when we have built dams, we have focused more on building the dams, getting water into the dams, making sure that the walls of the dams are strong and the concrete is up to the right MPBIs and so on. But we've lost focus, in some cases, of reticulating that water to the people who should get the water, and also of streamlining the processes of the water authority at the district municipality level, and making sure that there are pipes that will be able to take the water from the dam right to the village, right to the township. So that we've been able to get attention of because of the coordinating process. That much as we may celebrate that we've built a big dam, be it a dam in Limpopo, be it a dam wherever in the country, but the reticulation has been a problem. So the coordination has assisted us to then focus attention.
Well, this is just a start of our series where we're going to be profiling political leaders on the African continent and their economic policies to see what they actually believe in, so that we may try to predict where the continent will at least be headed economically. Of course, the channel remains a business channel, and we'll definitely keep on profiling the economic policies of our leaders, for we know that this is very key in determining where the future of Africa economically will be. Of course, these are political leaders, and we'll have to do a lot of digging for us to actually filter through their political message where the economic policies are headed. And so for more leaders that we're going to profile next, you can keep dropping them down in the comments, and we'll definitely bring you their economic policies so that we can be able to assess and try to predict where the continent is headed economically. Thank you so much, and until next time, my name is Maro.